Ну, мы...
What happens when one country launches thousands of deadly drones in one night, and the world watches silently? The skies over Ukraine turned into hell. In the darkness of the night, the whirring sound of thousands of drones emanated from the east. They brought not a message of peace, but silent death. In just a matter of hours, dozens of Ukrainian tanks exploded. Some were destroyed before they could even move. This was no ordinary attack. This was no small-scale attack. This was a digital massacre, carried out remotely with brutal accuracy and no mercy. More than 1,000 Russian drones reportedly rained down on various Ukrainian military positions, particularly armored units stationed in the Kharkiv and Donetsk regions. Footage shows a series of explosions, destroying at least 27 Western-made Leopard and Bradley tanks in less than 6 hours. The question is, why is NATO silent? Why is the world silent? Is this a strategy of silence to avoid escalation? Or is something bigger being planned behind the scenes? Is this the beginning of a new Russian war tactic? A merciless drone war that relies on volume, speed, and absolute precision? What Russia has done in the past 72 hours isn't just an attack, it's a show of force, a brutal demonstration of a new doctrine, drone saturation. Previously, Russia had relied mostly on heavy artillery and cruise missiles to attack Ukrainian positions. But this time, the approach has changed completely. Drones are no longer just a supplement, but the primary weapon. Imagine thousands of small, cheap, yet deadly drones flooding the border region, targeting anything that moves. Even advanced tanks can't survive a barrage of attacks coming from multiple directions simultaneously. Some analysts call this a fusion of technology, psychology, and modern battlefield tactics. And even more terrifying, the attack isn't over yet. Is this a signal that Russia is ready to wipe out Ukraine's entire armored fleet before a major ground offensive begins? In every conflict, there's always a turning point, and this drone attack could be that moment. Some believe that Russia is deliberately crippling Ukrainian combat vehicles to prevent them from launching a counterattack this summer. A grand scheme is being devised. Russia is exploiting Ukraine's weak points, logistics and dependence on Western aid. By destroying tanks on a large scale, Russia wants to make NATO reconsider how much more aid needs to be sent. And will it all be wasted if it's destroyed overnight? Contrast this with NATO's tactics, a reliance on expensive and complex weaponry. But Russia is turning the tables with cheap but massive weaponry. Even the US military admits that mass drone attacks like this are difficult to counter, especially if they are carried out simultaneously and target weak points that are not fully protected. And this is what has given NATO pause. Because if they respond openly, direct confrontation with Russia is inevitable, and that's not something they want to face now. If the Leopard tanks are destroyed, the air defense systems are depleted, and thousands of drones continue to come in, what will Ukraine have left to defend itself against? More than just material losses, this is a psychological attack. Ukrainian soldiers now fear not only missiles, but also the faint sound of drones in the sky. They know that once they hear that sound, death is near. Meanwhile, the Western media has become silent. Reports of this major defeat are minimal. It's as if censorship is keeping the real information from getting out to the public. Several European countries are becoming concerned. Germany, France, and even Poland are urging a reassessment of military aid to Ukraine. They are asking, is this war still winnable? And this is the most terrifying thing for Ukraine, losing support before it's even over. Is this just the beginning? If Russia can cripple Ukraine with drones, which country will be the next target? The world is witnessing a major transformation in modern warfare. It's no longer about tanks or fighter jets. It's about cheap, fast, and deadly drones. And if the world doesn't understand this soon, Ukraine will be just the first chapter of a much larger conflict. NATO is silent, the world is wary, and Russia continues its rampage.